Good evening, everybody, and welcome to episode 9 of Battle Talk. It worked that time. I blame Shafnit, who's in chat right now. His fault. His presence made it happen. Completely out of context for those not watching live. Anyway, I'm Mike, your host, also known as Thill. Battle Talk, we talk about everything Blizzard. And we got a lot of stuff to talk about this week. But first, joining me, below me, is Mr. Cody, a.k.a. Can't Heals.
What's up?
Did he just tell you to blow him?
I said he's below me. Below. And to my side, joining me, Dom, also known as Zista.
I'm your right-hand man.
Look, he even has a lower third. It says Zista.
It works this week.
Mm-hmm. It worked last week. It works every week. That's just my own fault for not doing that. But we're doing it live. So,
I'm wearing my my name tag in case you forget who I am.
Yes, because we're always going to forget.
This is my name tag from the Convert to Raid party at BlizzCon last year. I found it in my luggage.
Is that the same shirt, too?
I think so. I didn't completely clear out the luggage. Notice it's a Warcraft shirt. I don't really walk out of the house wearing Warcraft attire, so it just kind of sat in my suitcase. This is actually a Warcraft shirt that I won at BlizzCon playing Hearthstone. So
I was going to say, that's kind of gross.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, that kind of is. I clean my luggage out. It's all... Yeah. So, what have you guys been up to this week?
Left 2 shirts in there. Give me a break.
No. No Kit Kats for you.
Gross.
So, what are you guys up to this week? Obviously, Dom, you're up to Hearthstone.
I am? Oh, I am. Yeah, Naxxramas.
How is it?
It's amazing! It's everything that I dreamed and more.
All right, then. But seriously, how is it, considering you're the only person who actually dug into it?
Okay, so the normal mode, it's good, like a starter thing to like get you in, and you get the cards, so you unlock all the cards. So the first 3 bosses I found really easy. I did them with decks that I already had made on normal. Like, I didn't have to tweak any of my decks or anything like that. The class challenges, I thought they were really easy to give you pre-constructed decks as well, so you don't have to worry about clearing room out of your deck list to make one for the class. So that's a plus, but I found that to be extremely easy as well. I didn't fail at any of the class challenges. I didn't fail at any of the normals. The heroics, that's where it's really challenging, and that's what I loved about it. The first 2 I did with decks that I already had made, and then I had to make a special deck for Mixna, however you pronounce her name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard she's a pain in the ass from more than one person.
Yes.
I was lucky to beat her.
But
here's a trick. Because I found whenever I played her, she always played one of the new cards that would always spawn a 1/1 right after it died. So she had 3 of them on her board, and I just waited for, what was it? Was it playing? I was playing my Hunter. And I got it, somehow I can't remember what card I used, but it destroyed all of them, so her whole board was full of 1/1 spiderlings. She could never play a card, and I just played all my cards and beat her. I never killed any of her minions on the board, so she couldn't play any higher cards.
That actually sounds a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
that's what I played Unleash the Hounds, and that's all I used was Unleash the Hounds, and just kept hitting her, because she would always return it back into my hand, so I'd play Unleash the Hounds again. And she'd return it, and then I'd put it back.
He's handy. Look at this. This is handy having that in his background.
Yeah, no, I deleted the deck that I had for Mixna, but the card that I found most useful for her was where is he? The Mind Control tech. If your opponent has 4 more minions, take control of 1 at random. So she would get the 4 out.
Your head is blocking almost the whole card. There you go.
There. Mind Control tech, Battle Cry. If your opponent has 4 or more minions, take control of 1 at random.
That works.
Excuse me.
We're killing you. And now...
Yeah.
We broke him.
So what I would do is I'd put the Mind Control tech down, I'd steal 1 of her minions, and then her hero ability, which if I go in here you could see on Heroic, is Web Wrap for 0 mana to return 2 random minions to your opponent's hand. So she will always, at the start of the turn, she will use this, sending 2 of your minions back. So if you use the Mind Control tech when she has 4 minions on the board, you get the Mind Control tech, it steals one of hers, so now she only has 3. And it sends your Mind Control tech back and that card back. So now you have one of her cards in your hand as well as the Mind Control tech. She's probably going to play a minion. You drop the Mind Control tech again, you take another one, and then eventually you get minions out where it's to the point where you're overwhelming her. So
Yeah, I want to say her fight was almost a late game oriented fight because you couldn't play anything until you had 7 to 10 mana to get all those minions out, so that you would have the ability to hit her without losing minions.
Yeah, another card that was really good I found was the Murloc, the one that summons 2 Murlocs. If the second Murloc that gets summoned gets returned to your hand, it costs 0 mana to put it out.
Yeah.
Not bad.
So, yeah.
So I'm guessing Blizzard hit their mark with this.
They did. This is only the first wing.
Yeah, it's working so far.
That's a good point. This is only the first wing. There's 4 more to come. That's good to hear. It's actually might get me into Hearthstone more than I already have been. Which is not at all, because I started up like, yeah, Naxxramas is released, and realize I've been playing on my wife's account this whole time, and my account isn't past the tutorial.
Oh, hooray.
So none of that.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Chat's also saying, charge cards work really well against her because she'd return them after every time
yeah.
you use them. So
That's all right. Note to self: do that stuff. We'll come back to Hearthstone in a bit. So, first and foremost, it's in giant text. I have to read it. Happy 24th birthday to our executive producer, Total Deletion, this past week. I love you, Total. And I'm going to give you a big hug when I meet you in November, but... You youngin'.
I messaged him on Facebook. I'll say it again here. Happy birthday, Total Biscuit Deletion.
Total Biscuit Deletion. That's horrible.
wow.
Should we start with WoW? We should start
Sure.
with WoW. Let's start with WoW. Okay. So, World of Warcraft...
Okay, before we even start, can we just skip to the best part of this whole section right now?
Go for it.
2 words. Choo-choo.
All right. Yeah. You know what? We'll get to the name. Just released in beta is a brand new dungeon. It is called the... Heck, I don't even remember the name of it. That's how crazy you guys got me. It's called the Grim Rail Depot. And, Zista, why don't you tell us about your experience with trains?
Yes!
Yes! Perfect.
I think Blizzard really likes you, Zista. They like you so much.
Totally.
They decided to put a train instance in the game for you.
You could find a video that Fat Boss did of the dungeon. Basically, the whole dungeon is a train. You're on a moving train fighting your way up through the various cars and stuff like that, and the scenery's passing by you as you're doing it. It looks like a really fun dungeon, and something I'm going to try to get into, maybe after the show, or hopefully tomorrow or something. It looks like a lot of fun, and well, that brings up my first question. Do you think Blizzard is going to deliver with this expansion? I mean, we've already seen some great stuff from the leveling zones and the new dungeons.
I think they're right on track.
Moving on!
Oh my god. The puns!
Puns! You're gonna break me. Okay, before we get into the discussion, just a couple of quick news points here. If you log in between now and September 30th, you will have your account flagged, and you will receive the Horde mount, the winning bike from Azeroth Choppers, for free when Warlords releases.
For the Horde.
For the Horde. You have until September 30th. All you gotta do is log in. Just go, right now. Log in to the game. Done.
Okay, now I'm
I
going to
did
roll
that.
into with your date that you just announced. September 30th is when the date that you're going to be able to get this mount.
No, it's
Warlords
just before
of
that.
Draenor.
It says before that. This doesn't mean that the game is releasing on the 30th. This doesn't mean that 6.0 is dropping on the 30th. This just means that's your time frame. Now, yes, you have to have an active subscription, I think, to log into the game in the first place. So if you don't, the mount is going to cost you $15. But if you already have an active subscription, you're getting it.
But they said you're not getting this mount until Warlords.
Until Warlords.
So is Warlords coming out before then?
No.
No. I don't think so. I can't see if Warlords is out before BlizzCon, I will be shocked. Perfectly
I will
honest.
too. We had this on our very first show. We had this big debate with Mike Schaffnet. And
We did, yeah. He called in for this.
Positive that it was coming out this. I think he said August, September, somewhere around there. I think it was his guess. With them giving this thing for September 30th, I'm pretty sure that they're gonna postpone it until after BlizzCon, because even if they were ready to release it on the 30th, people are not gonna want to like miss out on the expansion. They're gonna feel gypped if like this thing launches and then they're on a trip and can't even play it. You know. So I have a feeling that they're not going to do that to their fan base, and it will, in fact, drop maybe a week or two after BlizzCon.
Okay, so with them adding in raid testing into the beta now, how long was it before, Mist came out after they implemented raid testing? Is there something we can go all based on that?
No, I don't think you can use any of that, honestly.
Their first tier, they do primarily internal testing. There isn't a whole lot. Like, they don't... I know they've already started testing heroic encounters, correct?
Or tried to.
Yeah, I think they're going to see only the heroics. I don't think there's any reason for them to test the normals.
The normals are basically what we have as flex right now, so...
Right. Because there's only flex, normal is heroic, and then there's mythic, right?
Heroic is flex too, but...
Yeah.
Everything but mythic is flex now.
Right.
So, I think they're just testing the heroic to make sure everything works, like mechanics-wise. I think they can do the tuning based on their own internal tests after that.
Right.
I think they just want to make sure that the game works, Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see testing across all 3 difficulties. I don't think that's going to happen.
No, I don't think so either. But, I just got distracted by a very large troll walking by in Cody's background. Anyway, I said quick news and we got into discussing stuff.
Sorry.
That's okay, don't worry about it. The rest of the quick news is Gaze of the Black Prince. That's good, I like discussion. Gaze of the Black Prince is scheduled to end on the 29th at 9 a.m. That's the 100% bonus to Black Prince rep, as well as drop rate on Sigils of Power and Wisdom, Secrets of the Empire, and Titan Runestones. So, halves the time it takes, theoretically, to get a legendary cloak, but not for much longer, sorry. The Iron Sky Reaver's on sale, 40% off until also the 29th. New beta build was deployed, they're wiping characters off the beta, and servers have been renamed. There's now Beta Leveling Realm 1 for PvE, Beta Leveling Realm 2 for PvP, and then Level 100 PvP and Level 100 PvE. Their names... say everything. Yeah, the names say everything you need to know. Right there.
There's no confusion.
Also, a couple quick one, then we'll get more into discussion here. Nagarin and Spires of Iraq are open for testing, which means all zones are open for leveling. Go, play, have fun.
Doom looks awesome.
Tanan Jungle Zone, you can only see a small portion in the Warlord's intro quests, which I've done on the beta server, and they're actually a lot of fun. Bulk of the zone is being saved for a content patch later, as well as Farallon, which is Netherstorm, as we know it, in Outland. That's being saved, supposedly, possibly, might not happen, for a later content patch. And there's more stuff in there, but we'll get to it later. I rattled off enough news. Gaze of the Black Prince, should it be permanent?
By now it should be.
I think we went over this last week. It definitely needs to be permanent at this point.
Yeah, we actually did go over this. But I'm bringing it up again. Nope. Nothing's changed there. But let's get to the other stuff. Tanan Jungle, have you guys played it?
Nope.
I've not. I've been extremely busy with work. I've not had a whole lot of time.
I'm playing another game from Blizzard.
Yes, we're going to get to that later. Heroes, we know. I've been playing it with you along.
I did fly through it, though, and I did see Akmo Doom, and that place looks phenomenal from, where we're used to seeing it in,
It's destroyed,
DC,
broken,
Ghostland.
whatever
Now
state.
you see this big temple that looks amazing.
Right. Well, I did play the Tanan Jungle starting zone, and it's fun. You're like, I don't know how to describe it. You're a roving warband, basically. You're going with Thrall and Archmage Khadgars. No real spoilers here. Nothing major, anyway. And you're roaming through the Tanan Jungle, trying to stop the Iron Horde from rushing through the Dark Portal, which is basically what they said it was going to be. And, it's a lot of fun. It keeps you going from place to place, and it flows really nicely.
Mm-hmm.
So I like the whole overall experience. And
Don't forget about that epic in-game event.
yes, there's a point where you do something with the Dark Portal, and a word pops up that says, "Awesome in-game event," and then it moves right along. It's like, basically, cinematic isn't finished. You'll get something pretty here. But,
it looks good.
it looks fun. It is a lot of fun. Also, with the opening of Nagrand, we have found the location, or people have found the location, of the Black Market Auction House's new location. And that is at the Ring of Blood.
It's an interesting place.
It is an interesting place. You guys remember the Ring of Blood, right?
Of course, that place was brutal.
Oh, that's kind of brutal.
You ever try like going back there, leveling somebody, and trying to get that quest done now?
It's very difficult.
It's not fun.
No, it's not fun.
I
Used
say
to be.
BC is the place where characters go to die.
BC is the place. Yeah, BC leveling is where I lose my steam. Kinda.
The worst part
Always.
was, the last time I was out there leveling, Lore was also leveling a character, and we were doing some stuff. We were doing some quests, and some guy goes, "Oh, are you in Lore's guild?" And I go, "Yeah," and he goes, "Can you tell him something for me?" And I go, "Yeah, hold on one second." I invited Lore to my party, and Lore just jumped in my party, and the guy was like, "Holy crap!" He starts flipping out. It's like Lore, and Lore just shakes his head, and he's just like, "Nope," and he leaves the party.
Yep, I'm gone.
It was a lot of fun. But yeah, and I never ended up getting that quest done.
No.
I left. I couldn't do it.
Apparently the Ring of Blood is still a thing. I haven't played it yet. I haven't gotten that far. I suppose I could make a level 100 character and go check it out. That would make
Not gonna
sense.
lie, the only thing I want to do is build my garrison.
Yeah, that's my first thing on the list. Garrison building. And then, yeah. So, next point. You two, do you play hunters in WoW at all? So none of us
No.
play hunters. Congratulations, everybody. Cleft hoofs are tameable pets. They are part of the rhino class, or rhino species of pets. Yay, hunters. Moving on.
Thank you.
Sorry.
I always wanted to be a hunter though, just like collect all of them, and like, but then they added pet battles, and now I collect those instead.
Mm-hmm. I like the pet battles.
No.
Pokemon and WoW. Never mind.
Thank you.
As Cody said, garrisons, you want to build them. There's a new building for garrisons, the Enchanter's Study. It allows you to transmog your weapon enchants and remove the visual effect entirely.
Why?
Never mind. Whole raid full of people with power torrent on their weapons, these big glowy rainbow weapons, like, woo! Got annoying after a while. It was cool at first, and then a week went by and it was like, no. God, no.
I don't know. I'm sick of all the weapon glows and the glowy armor, and like I miss tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, where it was just the armor, not all these special effects on them.
It looked cool because it looked cool, not because it's, got moving bits or fire coming off of it. And
Tier 3 was like one of the best armor sets up until recently for a reason.
yeah, and then you got, the tier 1 and tier 2 of certain classes still, beats out most everything else.
Now your shoulder blades turn into dragons and like bite people's heads off.
Or they have little glowing orbs floating off them, or your eyes glow red. I don't know. Look at the tier 2 for Paladin. That's pretty iconic at this point. The whatever the heck the name is, Retribution. I don't know. This is dying over there again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I inhaled battery acid.
He really, yeah. No explanation needed.
Not on purpose.
Not on purpose. Also, there's a new rank 2 garrison building, the Dwarven Bunker, which will allow players to collect scrap from the Orc clans of Draenor for transmog. I don't know what that means.
We'll find out.
We'll find out eventually.
It looks like you're gonna collect scrap, like kind of like. I'm assuming it's gonna be like the wood and the oil and all that stuff from the patch. What was it, 5.2?
Oh, right, yeah.
Where you collect stuff and you turn it in, you get something else in reward. This is gonna be for transmog items that you're gonna be able to get. That's what it seems like to me.
Okay. All right. I guess the next big thing, just little bits and pieces about WoW here. Really nothing major yet. I mean, a major if you're a druid. There's a new level 100 talent that they data mined, and it's actually live, I think, now. It's called the Claws of Shirvala, and it lets you turn into that.
Oh.
I believe top left is Tauren, top right is Troll. Yeah, it's top left is Tauren, top right is Troll, bottom left is Night Elf, and bottom right is Worgen. If you want to be a Snow Leopard, you got to be a Worgen. But I'm
sure they're gonna put glyphs in to change it too, if you wanted to, right?
Oh yeah, definitely gonna be glyphs in there. Basically, what this allows you to do is it gives you 5% extra versatility, the stat, and it allows you to use all of your non-shapeshift, I believe, non-offensive druid abilities while shapeshifted. So like heals and support and all that other kind of stuff like that.
Someone in chat's not very happy with this talent.
Chefnet, fuck this talent. Well, actually, you know what? He plays a druid as far as I know.
He does. His main is a druid.
That's
Good.
correct.
It's the wrong faction, but
I hate druids.
Yeah. It looks cool.
Yeah,
I mean,
cool.
and it does a lot. I don't know. It might be mandatory at that point if it works out as good as it sounds. I mean, hey, I'm a cat, but I can also do all this other stuff without shapeshifting.
Woohoo.
And woohoo, yeah. Did I put this up? I don't know. I think I put this up. I'm sorry. I had the new female Tauren model was revealed, and I was going to show that, but apparently I done goofed with setting that up. But you could find
Not
it.
enough udders.
she looks scary. Her face, like, I don't know, the nostrils. There's something wrong with those nostrils to me.
Just seeing an expressive cow.
Mm.
It's kind of horrifying.
She ain't taking no bull.
And then there was some new box arts potentially revealed at Comic-Con. It's all speculation here. And speaking of Comic-Con, which happened in San Diego this last few days, Warcraft movie.
Stoked.
Yes, we got to talk about the Warcraft movie now.
They did have some of the weapons on display there, didn't they?
They had weapons, I believe, and a couple other props on display. They also showed a teaser, bit of footage here and there that, of course, you can't find anywhere.
I think we either may get the same one or a extended one for BlizzCon.
We probably will, yes. But basically, here's what we know. The movie's going to focus on the origin of the conflict between humans and orcs.
So Warcraft 1.
Mm-hmm. And the story is going to be accessible to everyone. It's not just going to cater to Warcraft fans. So if you have if your girlfriend, significant other, or your mother, or whoever's coming with you to this movie has never played a Warcraft game, they should not be lost.
Well, that's good.
His face.
Yeah. I'm going to invite my grandfather to come.
Mm-hmm. They did some voiceovers from the human side of things and voiceover from the orc side of things. Just basically talking about, it says here, like, is he a fool for spending so much time defending his king and not so much time defending his son? And the orc is wondering, he's afraid of becoming a father. How does this put? He's led thousands of warriors into battle, but fears becoming a father, wondering if that makes him a leader or a coward.
See, I'm curious now if this is going to favorite, because this is going to start a whole nother faction war of whether the movie's now favoring Horde or favoring Alliance. Hopefully there's enough blend between the two that we don't get all that.
Well, didn't they already come out and say that this movie was going to focus more along the lines or along the side of the Alliance?
I haven't heard a statement one way or the other, but if it's the orcs invading, I'm hoping that we get to see their backside too coming in, to the whole thing. But I'm curious if like Metzen is gonna voice Thrall and whoever else he needs to.
It's possible.
It depends on how they do the CG.
I don't think Thrall was very young, if not, I don't even know if he was born at that point.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
First War. But there is a concept art. Another thing I wish I had. It's of them building the Dark Portal, like chiseling it out of a cliff.
Which, if you look at that, because I just saw it, if you look at it, it's not like we're used to in World of Warcraft, where he's just sitting out there in like a crater. The concept art for this is like they're actually building it out of a mountain.
Yeah, they're building a crater.
Really cool.
It's
yeah,
like
they're building the crater.
They're excavating a mountain, but leaving the Dark Portal behind.
So
chat's exploding, correcting me that Thrall was a baby during the First War. That doesn't mean Metzen still can't voice him.
Metzen's
Go go gaga.
Metzen's voice going go. Ah.
That'd be a weird performance capture session. I'm just
I
sorry.
would love to see the studio of that. Just I don't know. I want to see it.
All right, now you're gonna voice over, and you're gonna be doing Baby Thrall. Your motivation is you just pooped your diaper. Do orcs have diapers?
Hopefully.
Do orcs use diapers?
I mean, the peons wear diapers, so
It's true.
so they don't pee on themselves.
That is true. I need like sound effects and flashy lights and a zoom in on Dom's face, like Dom's pun corner. He's over there in that corner doing puns. I don't know what we're gonna do with him, but I'm stoked for the WoW movie. I'm hoping we get
Is it
more.
2016 yet?
No, I'm hoping we get more than a teaser. Like we get like a couple minute like clip of actual movie footage at BlizzCon, like an actual scene. Like, yeah, here's 2 minutes of the actual movie. Have fun.
Would it be this would be like the worst troll ever? They're like, "Welcome to BlizzCon 2014. Here's 2 minutes of the Warcraft movie, the beginning of the movie," and it's like the opening credits, and they're like, "Yep, that's it. There you go."
The opening credits, and then it's
Yeah, and you're like,
you get 5 seconds where it zooms in on one of the main characters standing there heroic, and it's like 2016.
I would literally get up and just leave.
I'd be a little upset. They wouldn't do that though.
It'd be like the ultimate troll.
Would be the ultimate troll.
Mike Burns in chat too. Everybody's here tonight.
Everybody's here tonight. I see a Sophist in there. I see a Mike Byrne. I saw a
Sophist
Shaftnet.
was there. I didn't even see him.
Yeah.
He's up a bit.
The softest one has arrived.
It's a big party.
So soft.
It's the BlizzCon
My hands
first.
will never be that soft. Yeah. Moving on before this gets creepy. If you're in the beta and you're interested in raid testing, there are going to be 2 more heroic tests coming on Monday, so tomorrow. First is Orgorger in Heroic Blackrock Foundry. He's going to be available at 10:30 Pacific Time or 1:30 Eastern Time. Probably for like an hour or 2 like they usually do. And then the Twin Ogron fight in Heroic High Mall. That'll be available at 1600 PDT, 4 p.m. Pacific, for those not military-minded or unable to subtract 12.
It's 1600.
Yes.
Yeah.
4 o'clock.
Like total. You can't add 12.
Subtract 12.
That too.
That too. But those tests tomorrow, they ought to be fun. I remember testing was it Flex we were testing? No, we were testing normal 10-man Siege of Orgrimmar, and it was overtuned beyond belief. So, if you want kind of unfair fights that you will either just...
Die a lot?
No, you will either waltz through with no challenge or mercilessly die a lot like it's, programmed to kill you harder than it should, then test. It gives them all kinds of good data, helps them tune things, so if you're interested, go do it.
Yeah, Siege of Orgrimmar was ridiculously broken, but it was still a lot of fun. Unfortunately, I'm going to be at work all next week, and we'll be missing all of the testing.
I won't be home for Orgorger. I might be able to swing something for the Twin Ogron, though, so hopefully.
I'm going to be sleeping.
Oh, yeah, 4 o'clock Pacific is 7 o'clock here. I'll definitely be home. What am I saying? All right. StarCraft, we have news.
What?
What?
I know. Shock. Faint. We need a banner Just, we've got news.
I don't have any StarCraft props.
I don't either. Wait, they're out at the other desk. Damn, I have the little...
My collector's
Kerrigan
edition is
doll.
on the other
I
side
think,
of the room.
you know what? No, we don't. You're trolling. There is no StarCraft news.
The
You're trolling.
StarCraft news is that StarCraft 2 has turned 4 years old today. Happy 4th birthday, StarCraft 2. It's been 4 years already.
Yeah, good God.
Yeah.
I'm sure I would love StarCraft. I just never got into it.
Ow.
I
Yeah.
know the
like-
story.
I've played, I think, the tutorial mission in Wings of Liberty. I'm pretty sure that's as far as I got. And I bought Heroes of the Storm Collector's Edition. And,
Heart of the Swarm.
yeah, that's what I said. And mainly for the pet. Like, I've never even played that one.
I played through both campaigns and maybe some multiplayer online with friends, but never more than that.
Yeah, I do intend on playing it, and my goal is to play through these other two campaigns just before Legacy of the Void drops. When Legacy of the Void comes, I will actually stream it probably that night that it comes out. So that's my plan. We'll see how that goes.
Hopefully it
In the next 3 years.
yeah.
I'm sure we're gonna get an announcement at BlizzCon. I'm pretty
no.
sure. I thought we were gonna get one last year. We got Heroes of the Storm instead. I was excited about that. So,
We'll know when they publish the floor layout of BlizzCon what we'll be getting.
Yeah.
More or less, yeah. So, that's that for StarCraft. So sad. Nothing
Yeah,
on Diablo.
bro.
Diablo's Diablo. Look, it's Diablo. It's a poster.
It's there.
It's there.
It's.
I got Hearthstone.
People
It's a
are playing it.
poster.
I got my garrison with all my minions.
I've,
I could-
I've an animated poster on my wall.
If I could paint my apartment wall green, I would paint my apartment wall green.
You can just go buy those neon green poster boards and tack them to your wall.
Very true, but then I wouldn't have this lovely Diablo poster right here.
Oh, you can put it in front of the neon green.
Very true. But, yeah, moving on. Hearthstone. We talked a bit
Yeah.
about it. Curse of Naxxramas dropped, as you could see. We already talked about it earlier on, said it's hitting the mark. 4 more sets to come.
4 more weeks. It comes up Tuesday, but the interesting. I wasn't home for when it dropped. I ended up playing it from my hotel, and it was really, really slow. The internet at the hotel was awful. So I played 1 match on normal, and the timer was coming across like every single time that I was playing. So I was like, I'm not gonna play like this. I want to enjoy it. So I waited till the next night when I was actually home. But funny enough, it did not come up with launch of the reset of the maintenance or whatever, like everybody thought it was. It took some time, and those that were already logged in had to log out to get it. So I'm assuming that that's how it's going to go for each wing. I believe they're probably going to drop mid to late afternoon, and yeah.
All right. Well, that's good. Dom's already told us a little bit about his experience there. What we didn't talk about are the 6 cards currently released out of the 30 that are in Curse of Naxxramas. These 6 are currently, you're able to get them and use them. Not sure if they make any sense, but we're going to cover them one by one real quick. We have Druid card, Poison Seeds. 4 mana, destroy all minions, and summon 2 treants to replace all of them.
I hate this card.
Expand upon that.
I've not come up against it yet.
I have. It's awful, especially when I was playing her. She would cast it, or some. I can't remember how exactly, but pretty much I would get screwed, and I'd kill myself. So I really hate the card. I don't like it.
Well, notice it says destroys the minions, right?
No, all of them, and it just
Right.
replaces
Right,
what you
so
destroyed with
it
those.
doesn't work like Hex, where you can hex something and that's it. It's gone. Or polymorph or whatever. This actually destroys the minion, so it triggers the death rattle effect.
Yes, it triggers all death rattles.
So that is super interesting. If you have a wide variety of death rattles on the board as a druid, you attack with all of them, and then use this card afterwards, you could do some serious damage.
Yeah, it's the trigger all those death rattles do crazy stuff. On top of clearing their board and replacing them with poopy little tree people.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice card, but I have a feeling I would get annoyed if somebody used it against me.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
It can also be used to level the playing field. If your opponent's got a bunch of 8/8s, whatever, with taunts up on the board, and you have 3/1/1 minions, you can use this and level the playing field. So it's got some advantages. I have not come up against it. I don't play Druid, so it's not something I've experienced myself. I did finish the Druid Challenge. I have all the cards that were released from this wing. I actually finished normal, all the 2 classes, and the heroics. I finished everything for this week.
Ditto.
Good stuff. All right, second card.
Another butt.
The Nerubar Weblord. It is 2 mana, 1/4, and minions with Battlecry cost 2 more mana. This is just all minions, both sides, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Depends on it honestly just depends on how you build your deck.
it depends
I
on
wouldn't,
how.
I wouldn't expect you to put this card in with, a deck that has a bunch of battle cry or important battle cries.
Right, but if you know, like, say the popular. I really don't know. Say the popular warrior deck has a lot of Battlecry cards. This would be a pretty good counter. 2 of them in your deck.
Yeah.
Right. If you're playing a heavy Death Rattle deck, you're good. But yeah, so just looking really quickly, Houndmaster, Kirin Mage, Aldor Peacekeeper, Guardian of Kings, Temple Enforcer. I don't think Perdition's Blade counts. Does it say minions with Battlecry or all
Minions
cards?
with
Yeah, so
Battlecry.
Perdition's Blade doesn't count. Like, it's some of these things, like Fire Elemental, and it gives what, 2 more?
Yeah, 2. They cost
So
2
then-
more.
That makes like a Fire Elemental 8 mana instead.
Or 10 mana if you got 2 of them out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If you get 2 of them out, but then in some cases, when you start getting into some of like the legendaries, like you go in here, Deathwing,
This is really
10 mana
handy.
has a battle cry,
Yeah, that would make
Never been
Deathwing
fun.
unplayable.
unplayable. Anixia battle cry, Alexstrasza battle cry. That makes a lot of these minions completely unplayable.
That's actually really good. Better than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just depends on how you want to build your deck.
And it's got
Yep.
4 health, so slightly more painful to kill than it should be.
I mean, for a 2 mana card, it's pretty incredible. Like, if you look at a lot of the other neutral 2 mana cards, there's really none sitting at that high of health. The Ancient Watcher is a 4/5. Excuse me.
Yeah, it's okay.
4/5 for 2 mana, but it can't attack.
Right.
Doomsayer, he's got 7 mana. That's Sophie's favorite card.
Doomsayer.
Right? Sophie's in chat still, right? Doomsayer. It stacks up really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow Blink Twice in chat says he made a sweet Druid Death Rattle deck with Poison Seeds. So that strategy that was mentioned can work. So
Yeah, I mean, I've come across somebody playing that card I'm currently playing a ranked shaman. I'm ranked. I was 6. I'm like 7. I got bumped down a few notches. But one of them, this guy had those cards out, and I couldn't summon any of my cards. It was awful.
that's poopy. Yeah. So good card. Has its uses. Next, Bye Seeds. And hello, Nerubian Egg. 2 mana, 0/2. Death Rattle of Summon a 4/4 Nerubian.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this card, remember how I told you how I beat What's-Her-Face at Heroic by filling up her board with nothing but 1/1 spiders?
Yes.
Her other card that she had was this one, and I'd never attacked it. It just sat there and did nothing for her but take up space. And so I just wrecked her with, shit, what's that card?
I don't know.
Unleash the Hounds.
Oh, there you go. It seems like
Yep.
Yeah.
it's a decent card, it seems like.
Yeah, it is. But if you're just playing it and expecting your opponent to kill it, you got another thing
Yeah.
coming to you.
This
Right.
would work really well with priests that would change their heals into damage.
It works with every class. All right. For the druids, you have like Keeper of the Grove that can deal 2 damage directly to it. You could put Mark of the Wild on it, Mark of Nature, Poison Seeds, which we already mentioned, trigger it, Savage Roar, anything that's going to give it attack power or make it a taunt. You know, Power of the Wild, Sun Fury Protector, Paladins. You can use the Blessing of Kings, Blessing of Mights, Hammer of Wrath, Humility. Any of the classes that you play, you can use Abusive Sergeant. You could give it Defender of Argus. Rogues, you could backstab it. You could give it Cold Blood. You could eviscerate your own mob. You can SI7 agent it.
So you can do a lot to this thing.
Your Fire Elemental as a Shaman. You can put it next to a
Totems.
Flame Tongue Totem.
Mm-hmm.
You could reincarnate it, which destroys it and puts it back on the board, which is a card that we'll have coming up later.
So, okay, it's 2 mana for a 4/4, but you got to do an extra step to get it out.
Yep.
And it also, they can't kill it, so they're going to have to waste something like a silence or who knows what other effect to negate the death rattle in order to take care of it. Or they're going to have to leave it there, and then as Dom's been discussing, you buff the crap out of it, and guess what? They can't leave it there anymore.
Yep.
So, that's another good card. I'd like to
Different
see
strategies.
Interesting. Yeah, a lot of these cards force
Yep,
you to
I
employ
think
other strategy.
Anything on the board that's going to do damage too, like Baron Geddon, which at the end of every turn deals 2 damage. You play Baron Geddon, you play that, boom. For another turn, you get 4/2. Boom.
Yep.
There you go.
The Abomination, taunt, death rattle, deals 2 damage to all characters.
I hate that thing.
Same thing. Even the Doomsayer.
Doom. He says Doom. Alright, moving on. Bye-bye, Weblord. And hello, Myexna. I've been told it's pronounced Myexna. Myexna.
My ex?
Myexna.
You know what? I don't even remember, because I always thought it was Mayexna.
I always thought it was Myexna as well, but...
And then when I went into the game, it said something different. I'm going to go in right now, actually.
But
And I'll tell
anyway,
you what it says.
while you're doing that, 6 mana, 2/8. The effect is destroy any minion damaged by this minion. So for the Magic fans, it's Death Touch, basically.
Mayexna.
So... Good card?
I
It's only
haven't
2 attack, but I mean, it's basically the great equalizer when it comes to minions.
I mean, obviously it works best with a hunter, because it's a beast.
Right.
So you pair it up with the card that gives charge to all your beasts.
Yes.
played. Yep.
And then you throw that out there. That's pretty good.
I've actually seen it quite a bit in ranked right now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not... I first looked at it, I'm like, that's kind of crappy. 2/8, it could be taken out, silenced, whatever, pretty... Even if it gets silenced, it's still a 2/8. It's a little excessive for the cost, but it's still a 2/8.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. But that effect seems like it would be pretty good. I don't know. That's coming from me. Because there are no other effects like that at the moment, right?
There is...
Doesn't Warlock have something like that?
No, there's a Cobra. I forget.
Oh, yeah.
Right, yeah,
That's
you're
okay.
right.
Yep.
Okay. So that's that.
Yeah.
But, alright, another decent card.
Yeah, Emperor Cobra, destroy any minion damaged by this minion. Which, funny enough, it says damaged by this minion, so if you use something with Divine Shield and it doesn't take damage, it doesn't die.
Right,
So
exactly.
you could run that charged, what's that guy's name? The Argent Commander. You could run him into it. Throw him down, that's 4 damage right there. You took him down to half health.
Oh, yeah, that would work.
And you still have him on the board.
It's not bad. Alright, so we got rid of the egg. And now, a new bar Ambusher. 4 mana for a 5/5, and Death Rattle is return a random friendly minion to your hand.
Can definitely help if you need to get a minion off the board. But-
Yeah, I mean, it's a 5/5 for 4 mana.
Yeah.
Seems good. I don't know. I am not the card game expert.
I'm personally not a fan of this card. I'm sure there's uses for it. I haven't played a rogue since beta. When they changed it, I didn't find it nearly as fun. So I haven't spent too much time with it. But I mean, I don't really know. Like, I can't think of anything off the top of my head, unless you need, let's say you need 12 damage for something, and you summon Leroy, you smash Leroy into his face, and then you smash the 5/5 into something that's going to kill it, and then you can play Leroy again. That's really the only thing I could see. I'm sure there's other things, I just can't think of
Yeah,
it.
there's probably plenty of things for it, but card to watch out for. And then finally, the Haunted Creeper. This one's 2 mana, 1/2, Death Rattle. Summon 2 1/1 Spectral Spiders. So,
This is the one I filled her board with.
there you go.
Yeah, that thing's been showing up a lot. It's like ridiculous amount of people that have this card in ranked right now. I've seen it in almost every deck I've gone against. It is a good card for 2 mana. You get a 1/2, and then when it dies, you get 2 1/1s. So
It seems like it's worth its cost.
it's got good value on it. It
Yeah.
does. And who's really gonna want to take the time to like polymorph or hex or silence this thing? Like that seems like a waste. So you kind of just have to deal with it.
Seems like a great card. I don't know. Like you said, Blizzard, I mean, from my unexperienced viewpoint, it looks like Blizzard is actually hitting the mark with this. And
Apparently the Haunted Creeper... I'm looking right now. I actually didn't even notice this. The Haunted Creeper's got the flavor text on the side here where it says it has arachnophobia, which is fear of fake spiders.
Arachnophobia.
No,
Yeah.
let's hear spiders.
F-A-U-X is pronounced
Yeah,
foe.
it's foe. It's foe. But I still pronounce it fox.
Yeah. But anyway,
The Nerubar Weblord. Weblord spent all day making giant trampoline parks.
my god. Anyway, 6 new cards. That's what you got.
Eggs are a good source of protein and Nerubians. Mixna gets pissed when people introduce her as Maxina or Maxi.
I've had raid leaders do that.
The Anubar Ambusher. Originally he was called Anubar Guy, who bounces a guy back to your hand, but it lacked a certain zing. And the Poison Seas says, Poisoned Bagel is the least popular bagel at McTiggan's Druidic Bagel Emporium.
Say that like 3 times fast.
Rubber Baby Buggy Bumpers.
Oh my
He
God.
can do that. Rubber baby buggy bumpers.
Apparently you can't.
Yeah, when I think about it, I can't. Because I'm concentrating. I'm focusing too hard on it. All right, that's enough Hearthstone. Like I said, there's no Diablo news this week.
Never enough Hearthstone.
Never enough Hearthstone. You're right. Heroes of the Storm.
Never enough of this.
As you heard last week, we said a new patch was dropping very, very soon. Well, it did.
Yeah.
This dropped a lot of new stuff. Hero progression. The whole progression system has been reworked. It's now separated into account and hero progression. They added a new map. They added artifacts, which are like League of Legends runes, and they added a new hero. I said new map, new hero. So we had a silhouette like who's that Pokemon, and to nobody's surprise, it was Rhaegar.
Wow.
Right there.
Wow. It was Rhaegar? I had no clue.
Rhaegar Earth
On this
Fury.
one.
He's an interesting one. Shaman. We talked about... No, we didn't talk about him last week, did we?
Not really.
No. He's got...
He's fun to play.
Yeah, he's fun to play. He's got Healing Wave, which is exactly... It's Chain Heal.
Yeah.
So,
Essentially.
he has Chain Heal from, for the WoW people, or it was Healing Wave in Warcraft 3, which is... He is based on the support Shaman from Warcraft 3 for the Orc race. He has Lightning Shield, puts down a shield on you, does lightning damage to everything around you, nice little spinny effect. He can't mount, he turns into a Ghost Wolf instantly, which means he cannot be knocked out of his mount, and his first attack out of it does extra damage.
I'm kind of jealous of that wolf model because
It's
I
good
wanted
wolf
that
model.
in World of Warcraft.
Yeah,
Even though
it's-
I like the new wolf model in World of Warcraft, I like Rhaegar's better.
It is a good model. His other thing, he throws down Earthbind Totem. It's exactly what it sounds like. You get too close to it, you go slow. And his ult choices, one is Bloodlust, which is nice. Gives you movement speed and attack speed. and it's a team fight changer if used properly. And it can be upgraded to have global range and affect minions and mercenaries, which just sounds broken, but really isn't when you think about it. And then he has Ancestral Healing, which is just a massive heal.
Yeah, it's a massive heal.
You mean like that one going around on the Illidan clip where he gets healed to full?
No, that was the other way around.
Yeah, it was the other way around.
He didn't get healed to full. He got... that was a Diablo slamming him for almost all of his health.
I thought he got healed for full, and then Diablo slammed him for almost all his health.
No, he was at about half health, and then he got healed by a small heal.
Okay.
But they said initially this was a full heal. Doesn't matter what you were at, it would bring you back to 100%. But then when they realized that people started healing the Dragon Knight for that much, it was broken. So they just made it a really, really big heal. But when it's upgraded at level 20, it can take you from 5% to full. It is just a massive burst of health.
Well, let me ask, where can they go with this now that's different from Thrall? Because we know Thrall is supposed to be coming at some point.
We've talked about this.
They stated... Yeah, they stated that this kit would not fit Thrall in his current state. Oh, it wouldn't fit Thrall at all. Because this kit was based on the Warcraft 3 Shaman, the unit. Thrall in Warcraft 3 was a Farseer, a hero. And he had Chain Lightning and Farsight and a couple other things. So...
Thrall's going to be an elemental or a ranged assassin.
They're saying, basically based on data mine stuff, if it doesn't change, Thrall's going to be a ranged assassin, a mage type. Lava Burst, Lightning Bolt, stuff like that.
I could see Chain Lightning coming in. That would be kind of interesting to
Chain Lightning.
See as a spell.
So now, are you guys still under the assumption that we're going to get Thrall with Warlord's pre-order, or do you think it might be Rhaegar now?
No, I don't know what they're going to give. I don't think they're going to give us Rhaegar. With I think Thrall with Warlord's pre-order makes sense still to me, but I can't be sure at this point. But he's fun to play. Hard to get perfectly. He takes he's got a bit of a learning curve.
I know as of last patch it wasn't implemented yet, but we supposedly got the Diablo 3 Assassin with the pre-order of Diablo 3.
Oh, Vala?
Vala.
Yeah, is she available now to everybody that has her, or has that still not been implemented yet?
I think that's only going into live.
Yeah, it hasn't.
I don't think they're putting that in the alpha yet.
No, but she's
flagged already. That's I don't know.
I think to compensate, they made her one of the cheapest heroes to buy for with gold and everything. So we're gonna see where that goes. Artifact system. The community had a kind of a negative taste in their mouth after this one.
Yeah, I don't blame them.
Because it basically put in a gates... the opinion going around is it gates new players. It's just like League of Legends where, you want to try out your favorite build for, that your favorite, LCS person uses, or you want to try a new role. Well, unfortunately... as a new player, you can't because you don't have a full rune page, and certain things are impossible to do without a full rune page. Sorry. So that's the whole thing. Blizzard is marketing this as a more casual MOBA and something that anybody can just jump right into and play, and now they put this in. But then I played with it.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not bad. I don't know how long it's going to take, but go on. Yeah.
Now, I can see where people are coming from, where, it's going to make the game imbalanced. If you go into ranked matches, you're going to have a full rune page. Everybody that was level 40 pretty much has full rune pages with full runes all the way level 10.
Mm-hmm.
Because we got the gold to do that. But playing, you see the differences, like when you and I were playing, I was playing, I think, either Vala or Rhaegar, and I almost got one shot at level 1 or 2 by Nova with the snipe. And that's just the kind of thing that you're going to have to get used to. But at the same time, it didn't really destroy the game. The game still feels fast-paced. You still finish the game out in 20 minutes, stuff like that. It doesn't feel game-breaking.
It's
they broke Murky.
They broke
Murky's just been nerfed to the point where they don't know what they want to do with him yet.
They nerfed him. They said he's getting reworked completely later on, but...
We did come up against a couple of Murkies, though, when we were playing that played really well as assassin types. They were laning instead of back.
Right. As of last patch, not this patch, but the patch before that, Assassin Murky build was actually would work. I've used it a few times, and it was amazing because nobody expected it. But still, for the game, the overall pace of the game, the, destroy towers build was better.
Yep.
Now they completely destroyed that. Pufferfish no longer does bonus damage to structures. Not every Murky got the memo, because I still see them running and throwing their Pufferfish at structures. Don't bother destroying it. Kill the Murky, because it does no damage anymore. But they made some talents where the Pufferfish will hurt heroes a lot if they get caught in it. So now a more popular thing is to drop your Pufferfish, slime them, and then use Octograb to, beat the heck out of them and guarantee the Pufferfish strike. And they rebuffed the slow on March of the Murloc, so it's not utterly useless anymore. So they changed him. He can no longer just destroy a base on his own if he's not babysat. So
don't like it. Don't like it one bit.
I know. But that's, again, aside from the point where we're talking about artifacts here.
Not as bad as they are.
I thought it would be horrible. But once I got my hands on it, it actually makes some heroes that were questionable picks, it made them useful. And, it made them feel good. While at the same time, not, like the upper tier of heroes, ones that are amazing, like Falstad and Stitches and things like that. Heroes that can really break a game. It didn't make them too overpowered at the same time. So, need some numbers tweaking and a little bit of thought onto how you're going to unlock it, because right now
I mean, we really didn't get the tests.
It's going to take you 77,000 gold to unlock all artifacts to max level.
Yeah.
As it stands right now.
Oh, I got that, no problem.
Just a little bit over 77,000, because you hit level 15, you get the slot. It's 2,000 gold for the other 2 slots, and then it's 5,500 gold to max out an artifact. Now,
I think that's what really needs to be tweaked. Is
either
the gold cost to unlock these the rune slots and to upgrade your runes logged out, or change the amount of gold you get for winning matches or losing matches, and increase the daily quests back up to 500 gold.
Yeah.
Either or.
They need to change. It's still alpha. Numbers will be tweaked, but a lot of people were upset, and I do know quite a few people they say it's not perfect, but they're not raging against it like they were when it was announced. They actually realize, okay, this works. It can work. But now we're going to get on to the other bad part. Hero progression. This is bad as we thought. Here's how it works.
Definitely.
When you end a game, you're going to get experience. This will be applied to your account level and to your hero level. Your hero starts off at level 1, and it has 10 levels. At level 1, you only have 2 talent choices in each tier, and only 1 ultimate. When you hit level 2, which will take you about 2 to 3 games, you get your second ultimate. When you hit level 3, which will take you about 5 more games, we'll say, then you get 1 extra talent in each tier. And then when you hit level 4, which takes you a lot, then you get all your talents. And you can fully utilize that hero to its full effect with all different builds and choices. This sucks.
Yeah.
I have nothing more to say about it. This sucks.
It doesn't sound good at all. I don't see one part of this that sounds redeeming to the old system.
Mm-hmm.
No, well, okay, so two sides to this. I understand why they did it. Mm-hmm. As far as, new players coming in, they're going to try out new champions, and they want them to get used to that champion's certain set of skills before giving them something new to try out. But on the other hand, on the flip side, majority of your players are not going to be new. They're going to be veterans that don't want to go and purchase the brand new hero that just came out. Thrall comes out for all those pre-orders. You know what? Sucks. All of his talents are still locked, even though you've played, thousands of games. You've been in the tech alpha since the beginning. You still need to play through every single level to unlock every single talent. That's the downside.
It's very annoying, and it's making me not want to play half the heroes I used to enjoy playing. I'm going to play Nova right now. No, I'm not, because I can't use Precision Strike. All I can do is take triple tap. Fuck that, I'm going to play Muradin again.
Yep.
I'm going to play Diablo.
3 games really isn't too much to get the second one.
That's
only
pitching
one
that
aspect of it, right?
Yeah.
And I could kind of understand they want you to learn how to play the class before jumping in and like getting overwhelmed. I can kind of understand that, but there should be there should be a point at which this system no longer applies to you.
Yeah,
I agree.
If you had like an overall hero level, like if you had a collective level of your heroes at say level 15, like that doesn't mean all your heroes at 15, but you average your levels out and then all of them start with full things. That would be cool.
I agree. Or if you're going to keep it this system, make it you hit level 2, you got everything.
Yeah, because I mean, even that, you know, you could even decrease the amount of games it's going to take you to level up between 1 and 4 to make sure they get all their talents within a respectable time, or just get rid of it altogether and make every single level a cosmetic item. You know,
Right.
I hate to say this, and it's going to go against what Blizzard wants to do, which is make money. Ultimately, get rid of the mounts in the store, and make the mounts part of hero levels. That gives something else to work towards for that player to work towards.
Yeah,
Yeah,
as Serene is saying in chat, he says it's to sell XP boosters. Let's be honest, and I could totally see that too.
I can see
From a monetary standpoint, yeah, I could totally see that. But
I mean, we get the XP weekends, we get the little bonus there, so that helps out a little bit. But
playing with friends.
Play with friend bonus. But can you imagine all of a sudden in the shop you see like a 2-hour buff that
We see it in League. You see it with the IP boost and the XP boost.
IP and XP boosts for either set amount of games or set amount of time. But the upper level of the progression system's fine, in my opinion.
Yeah.
From level 5 to 10, you get gold, you get hero tints, you get mount tints. At level 6, you get the portrait that you can, now choose for your profile for that hero. At level 9, it's the master portrait. It's a gold Naxxramas card. It's just a gold border around their portrait for now. And then at level 10, you can buy their master skin, which is 10,000 gold. Some of the master skins look fantastic. So, I mean, that is what you need. That is what the progression system should be. And the lower levels suck right now.
Well, the way that they had it before was based on wins. Like 0 out of 2 wins, 0 out of 4, 0 out of 6, whatever. Now it's XP. I like XP more.
I like that better. Yes. I agree.
That's the positive change here.
But the rewards are not worth it.
Yeah.
Like we said, it makes sense. Once you hit level 40, they did add, like we said last week, you get gold for wins out of versus and out of co-op.
Yes,
but now instead of going into the score screen, you're going, oh look, I got 250,000 XP that goes nowhere. Now it's going towards your hero progression, which makes a lot of sense. That part works.
The way
levels 1 through 5.
The way you gain the progression works. It's just what you're getting for it.
A lot of people are. What did you say? It was like 70,000 gold, something like that. For
70. It's 77,500, I think, or something like that. I forget.
Right, that's to get all of them. Let's be honest. How many of those are you actually going to use per hero? You're probably going to find one of each type, 3 that work really well for you, and stick with them. So you're not going to probably buy them all.
Yeah, I can tell you right now, I've only used, I think, 1 or 2. Like, I've been experimenting with them, trying to find that good combination to, overpower Vala and, try and break the game with, this ridiculously overpowered Vala that I could just pwn everybody with. But I really haven't found it yet, and I've only stuck with, like, 1 first rune, and then the movement speed trinket, and can't remember what the third one was, or the second one. The second one was, I think, our bounce between either increasing my mana regen or the basic attacks give me health. Which even in the sense of that, with Vala, you've got a talent that does that, so you don't really need to take that runestone.
Right.
So you could just increase your mana regen.
Right. So, and I've been doing the same.
So the point that I was getting at with all this is you're gonna find these 3 gems or trinkets, whatever slots they are for you, and you're gonna stick with those once you know what they are, or
for
you
the
look
most
up a guide, whatever. Then you have all this extra gold now that you're going to be putting toward heroes. So this is a huge positive change, in my opinion.
Yeah, for your example, Diablo. You're always going to use max health. You're always going to use health regen.
Yep.
For those 2, just because of Diablo's kit and his talents. The third one, you can take move speed, you can take mount speed, you can take max mana. They all work. So that's interchangeable. But an example from the GIF we were talking about, someone with Diablo took all runes and artifacts and the talent build that increased his ability damage. So where he used his overpower, where he grabs you, puts you behind him and does damage, it almost one-shot an Illidan from almost full health.
Right.
Brought him down to a sliver of health left. So
that's just stuff you need to tweak.
yeah, no, the customization aspect, like what they're talking about, it opens more customization options, it opens this and all that other stuff. It's there. It can work, but like I said, it needs tweaks.
Yep.
But what Dom was saying, you're going to find pretty much a set for each hero, and you're going to stick with it.
So let's say like Diablo has 12. I'm just making a number out there. I don't know because I haven't actually logged in this patch yet. Let's say Diablo has 12 trinket slots so that he could pick. You're only going to take like one or two of them and change back and forth. You're not going to buy all 12.
Yeah,
right.
You're not going to go into live Heroes of the Storm and go, holy crap! I need 77,000 gold to get every single rune or artifact.
There will be some people. Some people will.
There's going to be those completionists that need to do that. That'll come in time. But they're not going to go ahead and go, okay, well, I'm going to start with this first rune and work down the list. No, they're going to get the one that they want first and go from there and then stick out with those 3 runes until they get enough to start going for their completion.
Right.
But you're not going to go in saying, oh, I need 77,000 to do this. No, they're going to say, okay, which artifacts do I want the most right now? And
I'll tell you right now, I'd rather have a hero than a bunch of worthless runes that I'm not going to use.
Right. Now, for the min-maxer, the pro player, those people who are going for, ranked challenger tier or whatever, they're going to want all of them available so they have the optimal build available at that time for that hero. But an example a friend of mine gave, if you get the relic or whatever it's called that gives you max health, that's universally good on every hero. So it doesn't matter. If you get that, it's a decent, it might not be the best choice for that hero, but it is still a decent choice for every hero in the game. It works. So 15% max health is 15% max health.
So now let me ask you this, because I haven't been on the system yet to check, and I'm sure some people watching us don't know either. Are these runes specific to heroes, or are they...
No.
So they're swappable between heroes?
Once you buy it,
it's yours.
When you buy it on the hero you're selecting, it'll equip automatically, but when you select another hero, you just got to go in and it's already unlocked. You just got to equip it. So once you buy the artifact, it's account-wide.
So, and other people's concerns are, it's going to make the game unbalanced and, unfair, blah, blah, blah. Yes, I kind of agree with that. But after playing the game, for the past couple of days with Phil and one of my buddies, it's really not that bad. And people going into ranked games are stupid if they go in without their full rune pages. No one's going to do it. So it's going to balance. It's going to balance out in the end. Just minor tweaks. So like I said, either the gold income from winning or how much gold it takes to unlock, that's really all it needs to be tweaked. Then the numbers of damage and health and stuff like that could be tweaked a little bit more. But the system works.
Right. And an example as in it making a certain hero usable, I play a lot of Muradin. I was always plagued with mana issues. I would get 1 or 2 combos off, and then I can't do anything unless I go back. Max mana artifact, and mana regen artifact. They may not be the best, but for
Muradin they work.
For Muradin they work, and I love it.
Do you guys see maybe like a bundle pack for relics coming up?
Much like the rune pages from League?
In the current system, no. I think that because in League you can only buy runes with, in-game currency, influence points, or gold basically. So I don't see them doing that down the road.
I don't either.
I can't because then it's pay to win.
Yeah.
And then it is 100%.
That's one thing they don't want. So I don't see them doing that.
Right. So I don't see them doing it either. And it's not like League where the rune pages are set and it's a pain in the ass to change them out. You can change them out on the hero select screen. So there's no need for rune pages or any extra things like that.
The one thing I kind of wish they would add is
there's only 3 of them, not 35 of them, or 33 of them.
When after you're done selecting them in your hero selection screen, you go to the end game. I kind of wish they'd actually somewhere on the UI, and it's alpha, so it could probably be put in there. Somewhere on the UI, you can hover over what artifacts you've got. Because I've gone to end games, I always use the same 3, but you know what? I forget. Sorry, I forget. Short memory. I can't remember which artifacts I chose. So I'm like, oh crap, did I pick, health and regen this time, or mana and mana regen this time, or damage this time? I can't remember because I've been, testing them out. So I kind of wish there was something there on the UI in game that would tell me which ones I'm using.
What you were getting at, and this is what I thought you were getting at, something on the UI in game that shows you what your enemy was using.
That too.
Because on the score screen, you're like your example, how the hell did this Nova just destroy me like that? And then you say, oh, they were using the ability damage rune and this, whatever.
Well, even going back to the score screen like you were talking about, they changed the score screen, which was phenomenal. The new score screen's really good.
It looks
a lot
great.
of information. The only thing that I wish they'd add to it, the tab score screen that's in-game has a lot more information on it that I feel needs to go into the post-game screen as well. Because half the time, people don't look at the tab screen and see how much damage you're doing. The only time I look at it is when someone's raging at me, saying I'm not doing anything, just so I can rage back at them when they're not doing anything. That's the only thing. That's the only time I look at the thing, and then I don't look at it anywhere else. So put it at the end of the game.
I look at it at the beginning of the game to see what I'm up against on the other team.
That too.
And that determines what I'm going to do when I run into lane.
Yep.
That's it.
Sounds like something that we can even suggest at BlizzCon at the dev panels.
If yes, possibly.
It's not in yet.
That's a couple months from now. A lot can happen in a couple months, as we've seen.
Sure can.
We haven't talked about the new map, Garden Terror.
Garden
of Terror.
It is playable.
It is playable. It is live.
It is
3
fun.
lanes, standard 3-lane layout, 2 jungles, and in those jungles, when night falls, and when they said you're gonna take a cut to your sight range, they meant it. You have 1/3 your sight radius. But in the jungle, on both sides, there are a couple of spots of 3 plant terror things, zombies. You kill them and get seeds, and then there's a big one that is the equivalent of a grave golem. It does the exact same thing as a grave golem too. And as you fight it, it bleeds out seeds for you to collect. There's 180 seeds total every night phase. Once you get 100 seeds, you can go back to your base. There's a planter. You right-click on it, and you turn into a plant terror. A garden terror, whatever they call it. You have lovely abilities, such as hitting really, really hard. You throw out a little seed that after 2 seconds explodes and polymorphs everything in the radius into a little potted plant.
It shoots out of its mouth.
That spits out of its mouth, does practically no damage, and moves really, really slow. And then the other ability is you plant a potted plant with a vine in it.
It's so goofy looking at.
And then it grows out and entangles every building, doing damage over its time, and shutting down those buildings. So towers will no longer fire at you while they are entangled.
Yeah.
This makes it great for pushing. You can destroy the plant to end its effect early, but it loses health over its duration. And that's kind of its timer.
Even playing with you and on this map earlier this week, we figured it the best place to put this potted plant. When you're pushing that tower or pushing that gate or whatever, if you just put it over just on the other side of the gate, it captures everything and nothing will be able to shoot you. So you just pretty much push until
And it also, you could put it wherever you want. Like I've seen people put it in front of the gate. Optimally, just walk the extra couple steps forward and throw it behind the gate, like Cody was just saying. It gets every building. It does damage to all those buildings. But if all 5 of them are back there, don't put it back there. Put it in front of the gate. Force them to come out and destroy it. So you have your choices with it. Overall, the map is fun. Not a lot of people... You don't get it that often in the rotation. At least I haven't.
You think it like 1 or 2 times out of like 6 hours.
3 times. I've got it.
I play like 2 or 3.
So
basically you want to take all the plants, weed them, and reap.
Well, see, and that's what I kind of think that the map's almost not playing out like Blizzard wanted to. Because when they originally came out with the plan, they're like, nighttime stays nighttime until you get kill all the creeps out there. And they're like, this plays to a lot of strategy. Do you want to keep it nighttime and decrease your vision and blah, blah, blah. No player in this game has yet to keep it nighttime for more than it needs to be. Every team goes and gets every single seed, and it goes daytime. I've yet to see a game.
In the one pre-made 5 match, a full team of 5 people that I played, the second night, we left at night.
Were you ahead in that game?
They were level 6, we were level 10. So
Well, see, then, well, of course, then
yeah.
they couldn't get out of their base to make it daytime. So I mean, in that case that you had, yes, you know, you can keep it nighttime. But if your game is like 1 to 2 levels apart, each team's going to go and clear out all the creeps to make it daytime.
But
So
you're
it's
talking
kinda
strategy. How many?
Yeah.
If you're solo queuing, how much strategy is going on there?
none, because it's solo queue.
Right. So there's your answer.
So I mean, you're going to go into daytime.
Yeah,
After
exactly.
after every single nighttime phase.
Some ding dong is going to get all the seeds, whether you want him to or not.
But I like it more than, you know, Haunted Mines. Every time Haunted Mine comes up now, I'm like, I really don't want to play this map.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'd rather play Garden Terror because it plays better.
I've kept count of
Plants
this.
versus zombies.
I've had 3 Garden of Terror, 1 Cursed Hollow, 2 Blackheart's Bay, and innumerable Haunted Mines. I get nothing but Haunted
I hate
Mines.
that map. It
See.
needs to be reworked.
I don't know. It's
The,
still
the
a...
map needs to be worked to the point where the first time Mines opens up, the strategy should not be get all the merc camps. They need to change it.
I don't know.
I don't know how, but it needs to change.
I like the idea of the map. It needs a little bit of editing, though. But,
So, what you're saying is this map is unbelievable.
Oh my god. The
you know what I just realized?
puns!
We've been talking, it's been getting late, and we haven't even gotten to any of our Twitter questions.
Let's do it.
And we got a couple. So I'm going to do that before we end this. So,
Good.
first off... Alright. I didn't move this, hopefully. There we go. First Twitter question from Jake and Ader. What is your favorite updated model thus far?
I'm liking the male undead.
Oh, Pandaren. Oh, sorry.
What is your favorite not panda updated model?
Sorry, none. I like the pandas. On a serious note, Male Tauren.
I'm with him. Male Tauren, actually.
It looks the coolest.
You said...
Not the coolest, sorry. Pandas are still the coolest, you know, second best, you know.
Dom, you said male undead?
Male undead.
You know what I gotta say? I like the male undead, too. It's
Traitor.
definitely... No, it's nice. My favorite is still the Tauren, the male Tauren. I mean, female Tauren, like Dom said, the nostrils scare him.
No, total,
Yeah.
Male Draenei is not the best because the Alliance is stupid. Horde for the win.
I've gone both ways in WoW forever. So,
Oh, go both ways.
oh yes.
Oh, really? That's good. That's some good news there. That's like breaking news, isn't it?
Sure. Sure. We have, while we're on the subject of Jakeinator, he has another question. How many Trogs were hurt to make the intro sound?
All of them.
Every one of them. Mass
What are
extinction.
What are Trogs?
Mass genocide of Trogs.
I'm curious. Do you think we're gonna have Trogs in Draenor?
No, because they're not from Draenor.
Doesn't matter. We've seen them in every single expansion thus far.
Maybe we'll see them in some way, shape,
it's-
or form later in the expansion, but no.
Okay, fair enough.
And we already talked about this. Question about how is the meta treating you in Naxxramas from our executive producer, Total Deletion.
The meta is all kinds of crazy right now. It's very hard to get anywhere. I was just at rank 6 just before the show started, and now I'm back halfway through 7, so...
Last question.
That last game just really screwed you up.
I can't believe that. In our pre-show, if you were here, right before we went live, he got this Warlock down to 1 health, was about to make the killing blow. The Warlock got like, taunt, this, Alex Straza, healed up, Jaraxxus, this whole
Jaraxxus
thing.
first. Yeah, it was crazy.
This huge thing.
You
And
got hosed on.
he just got hosed in 2 turns.
I don't want to talk about it.
He went from being, what were you, 16 and he had 1?
I don't want to
You-
talk about
you
it.
do what you always do. You die when, you know, it matters.
But the thing is, the Warlock, he sat there And I thought the turn was going to end. He did nothing. And then in the,
Yeah, he
like the
sat there.
last 15 seconds of the turn with the timer ticking down, he just went bam, 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 bam. Like he had an epiphany. He's like, I found the way out!
He spent a lot of time calculating that.
Yes.
I gotta give him a lot of
He
credit.
had someone helping him.
I swear he had someone... I swear he was like in college and he called like to his roommate who's better at the game, like, get the fuck in here! How do I win? I gotta be quiet. Sorry. I just yelled. I probably woke every neighbor up in this whole place, but fuck them. Last Twitter question. From Total Deletion, our executive producer. Happy birthday again. Can you stream doing Grimrail Depot with Zista while playing It's a Small World on repeat?
It's bound to happen.
Do 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 do. If Dom, if it's any consolation, the last hour and a half I've been humming "It's a Small World" in my head because it won't get out because of this question.
Choo choo! You know who you can blame for this, right?
Blame Lore?
It's all Lore. It's all Lore's fault.
Lore kind of did know you had a thing for trains.
Yeah.
He works at Blizzard now. 2 + 2.
He's like, you know what we need to do? We need to put in this, make a really cool instance that involves trains for my buddy who dies. They were, and obviously they listened to him. They're like, "That's a great idea."
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Eddie fades out. And lovely Ixter in chat ruined the surprise. That wasn't our last question. But see how it is. This is why we can't have nice things. So, that's our show. The last question,
What's Murphy McDurf?
I think that's Ixter's second Twitter account.
Is it his troll account?
I think. Anyway. Cough, cough, don't forget to plug Gamebreaker Nation, cough. Well, you know what? I didn't forget. I got nothing clever to say after that. Anyway, Gamebreaker Nation, that's who is hosting this lovely show called Battle Talk. We're a community of avid gamers. An awesome community. We play pretty much every MMO under the sun. There's a list somewhere. I got it right here. WoW, Final Fantasy XI, Elder Scrolls Online, WildStar, Guild Wars 2. There's Rift in there. There's Star Wars The Old Republic in there.
Question.
Answer.
Do you know what Roman numeral XIV is? That's
14.
not 11. There you go.
Thank you. I said 11, didn't I? No recovering from that.
No.
We also play League. We play Heroes. We play every Blizzard game. We play console games. Destiny. A lot of people have been playing Destiny beta. Naxxramas. That's a Blizzard game. There's a lot of fun stuff. If you're interested, you can check us out on GameBreakerNation.com. You can apply there, request to join our guilds, whatever. There's tons of people in chat right now if you have any questions. Everybody with a sword can help you out. Otherwise, that's our show. Down here, we have that guy. He's not saying it, so that's Cody. You could find him on Twitter at CanHeals.
Hey, you can find me on YouTube now, man. I'm on YouTube. I'm YouTube famous.
YouTube channel. It's Can't Heals, right? Same thing as your Twitter.
It's the Can't Heals because some jerk took Can't Heals.
Well, you should have put that in. You should have put that in the show notes.
I did. You just didn't read it. It said ooh. Look, it even had TD say ooh on the show notes. And
yeah, but you didn't put the channel name. You didn't put the channel name. How am I supposed to know?
We would have got there. We would have condensed.
Anyway, he does all kinds of Heroes of the Storm stuff. Check him out. Watch his raging. It happens occasionally.
It happens all the time. You know this.
This guy. That guy.
Better watch out.
I have a sword.
My sword's in the other room.
I can help anybody in chat because I have a sword.
Damn it. I hate you. That guy, Zista. Follow him on Twitter at Zista. Don't believe the lower third. It's at Zista_.
There's an underscore right there.
You just can't see it. It's cut off on the bottom of the screen because I am bad at this.
You're terrible. You're the worst. You're awful.
I need to get a pair of earbuds to make this easier. But anyway, you find me. I got the hat on with the headset. I am so proud of myself right now.
Impressive.
But I just can't hear you.
It works. It works.
Yeah.
You
can
need to
follow
hear
me
us
there.
anyway.
Yeah, well, I don't need to hear you guys. Screw you guys. Whatever. You can find me there at Philidrin on Twitter, YouTube, places like that. All right, this is actually really uncomfortable and it screwed my hair up. So the hell with that. Oh, I'm leaving this. You kidding me? What else was I gonna say? Dom, we have something else to plug. Go for it.
You can also find me and Mike on YouTube for some podcasts or TV shows. We do many, many TV shows. You can find us there at youtube.com/ASOTV podcast, as seen on TV podcast, ASOTV.
Yes, that. Why is this button not working? There we go. My hair's just getting worse here. I can't fix it. We're breaking Cody, guys. I'm sorry. That's our show. You can find us here every Sunday night at 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific. Wow. Yeah. He broke me. I just can't recover from this. I'm so sorry. Battle Talk. We talk about everything Blizzard related. Send us your Twitter questions. #GBN Live. You don't have to wait until Sunday to send them. We'll accumulate them throughout the week. And sure to join us in game.
If you have Euros, because that's where you'll find
But
me.
join us in any game. We don't care. Look at the lovely fire. Thank you, B. B made that for us.
Hey, it works.
It's awfully warm. Why do we need a fire in the summer?
It's like 110. Can we just turn it off?
It's not summer in Australia.
It's pretty hot here.
I'm
right now.
pretty sure it's still warm there.
I don't know. I've never been to Australia.